Good morning and welcome to our first quarter earnings for FY16. I am pleased to announce that the Biocon group has had a very strong first quarter. We have seen a 15% surge in revenues to 857 crores. Our net profit has surged 23% from 103 to 126 crores. Our net profit margins have also improved from 14 to 15%. EBITDA has increased from 191 crores last fiscal to 236 crores this fiscal. EBITDA margins have also jumped from 26 to 28%. R&D expenses have also increased from 31 to 50 crores at a net level. At a gross level, it's much higher. We spent 93 crores of R&D expenses this quarter, and from 63 crores, which is a jump of 47%. Now, as you can see, we've therefore delivered a strong set of numbers despite increased R&D spends and other aspects of our business. Having said that, I'd also like to mention that this quarter did see a one-time effect of a capacity reservation fee that was basically concluded with Merck Cubist for our fidaxomicin, and this particular capacity reservation fee absolved Merck from this capacity reservation obligation in the future. But having said that, they have renewed the contract for fidaxomicin for an additional 7 years, and they've also freed up and allowed us to utilize the dedicated facility for our own product needs. And I think therefore this has been a very important agreement with Merck, which has not only realized a one-time fee, but it also adds capacity for some of our other product needs. And at the same time, we have actually entered into an additional 7-year contract for fidaxomicin. So I think overall, I think this has been a very important event for Biocon this quarter. And this one-time fee that we received from Merck also basically buoyed up our margins this quarter. And apart from that, we've also seen some good licensing revenue coming in from licensing our biosimilars in key emerging markets, largely on account of trastuzumab licensing, which again is a very, very important asset for us. Our biopharmaceuticals business, therefore, if you exclude the one-time fee that we got from Merck, did see a relatively flat performance in terms of product and licensing. But having said that, I must also mention here that we have taken a planned shutdown this quarter, which for 45 days, which of course impacted product sales. But having said that, we are now back and resumed operations, and therefore you should see improved product sales in the coming quarters. We have mitigated partly this shutdown through contract manufacturing, but what we do expect in the coming quarters is to see a stronger growth in product sales. Licensing continues to be a very, very attractive and continued revenue stream for us. I would also like to say that our biosimilars are really beginning to drive growth and profitability for the company. We saw 2 very successful launches of insulin glargine in Colombia and Mexico, and we expect glargine again to be a good growth driver in the future. Emerging markets are becoming very important for Biocon. We are seeing a very strong uptake of our biosimilars through various licensing arrangements, and we can see these translating into commercial opportunities in the near future. So this will drive strong and profitable growth for the company as we go forward. We are also seeing very good progress in terms of our clinical advancement of many of our programs. We have the largest number of portfolio of biosimilars in clinical trials. In phase 3 clinical trials, we have 4 partnered programs with Mylan, which includes trastuzumab, which includes pegfilgrastim, which includes glargine and adalimumab, all in global phase 3 clinical trials. And we have also announced that both trastuzumab and pegfilgrastim are nearing completion in terms of their recruitment. And as for glargine, we have already completed the recruitment for both type 1 and type 2 diabetics, and we expect to be able to, file for glargine hopefully next calendar year. And of course, trastuzumab and pegfilgrastim will also then be ready for filing after the completion of these trials. Now, this is a very exciting time for Biocon because we have the largest portfolio of biosimilars, and we are also pleased to announce that we have commenced a phase 1 study for bevacizumab, biosimilar bevacizumab, which as you know is already in phase 3 clinical trials for ROW filings. So I think you can see the direction in which Biocon is heading. I'm unable to make any comments on Syngene because this is the close period as we prepare to open the issue on Monday. So I'm afraid I will not be able to take and comment on anything to do with Syngene. But suffice to say that Syngene is going to be the first research services company to list on the stock exchange, and we're very excited with this forthcoming event. As far as branded formulations are concerned, I think we have shared with you in the past that we wanted to rationalize this portfolio. So whilst we are not focused on top line growth, we have been focusing on the profitability of this division. But having said that, we have seen a good sequential growth of 14% in branded formulations since last quarter, which tells you that there is now growth. We are very focused on driving growth in this very, very important and brand building sector for us. I think brand Biocon enjoys a very strong quality and reliability reputation, and we are in a very differentiated space. We are the company with the largest number of biopharmaceuticals in our branded portfolio, and we will continue to build on this very specialized portfolio of products. We will drive growth and profitability through a careful selection of products in this branded formulations portfolio. So Canmab, our biosimilar trastuzumab, is certainly gaining market share in India, and we remain committed to making a difference globally through this particular life-saving molecule. I would also like to mention certain senior level appointments. Dr. Narendra Chirmule has come to Biocon and will head our R&D, and he takes charge from Abhijit Barve, who has left the organization to return to the US for personal reasons. Narendra Chirmule comes with excellent credentials. He has spent 25 years in the US, of which 14 years have been spent in industry with Merck and latterly with Amgen. He brings a lot of expertise and experience to Biocon, and he's very excited with all the things that Biocon is doing. Now, when it comes to our novel programs, I think the focus on IN-105 is intensifying, and of course I'm pleased to say that our first wave of studies are completed. We have already received readouts on 2 of those wave 1 studies, which really were focused on understanding the absorption and food effects on IN-105, and the readouts are very positive. We are still waiting the CLAMP study readouts, which are about how oral insulin is absorbed vis-a-vis rapid-acting insulins. And I think once this wave of studies are completed in terms of readouts, I think we will then like to proceed to the next wave of important studies, which is really a a basal bolus study which will compare oral insulin against a rapid acting insulin with both arms having a basal insulin in these patients. So I think these are very exciting times for us. I think itolizumab is gaining, progress, is making very strong progress. We recently had one of our very important publications on itolizumab received and published in the Journal of American Association of Dermatology, which is a very globally recognized peer-reviewed journal, which accepted a paper on the long-term efficacy of itolizumab in the trials that we conducted for psoriasis. This basically profiles the efficacy and safety endpoints of this particular drug, and we continue committed to developing this drug further. And as you know, the improved relations between Cuba and US only augur well for the licensing potential of this very, very important asset. So overall, I think we remain very, very committed to all our endeavors, whether they are in biosimilars, which is certainly the very strong growth area for us, novel molecules, which again will unlock a lot of value for the company, and our branded formulations business, which of course is going to build a very strong brand image and product profiling for Biocon. We remain committed to capacity building. The Malaysian facility will become operationalized in the near future. We have received a very satisfactory bill of clean health from the Malaysian regulators when they performed a CGMP audit recently, and this enables us to start our validation batches for drug product. And we will of course look at the Malaysia facility to address some of our very large emerging market needs initially, and followed by the regulated market entry through this particular facility. As you can see, we are now emerging now into the growth phase. I think we are poised for a large number of growth triggers, and we are very confident that the Biocon story will unfold very strongly as we go into the rest of this fiscal and beyond. So with that, I will end, and I will open this up to question and answers if you would like to.